OG versus Tundra. And then final pick, Anti-Mage coming through from OG. The Remnant? What? He's going to be all right. He's going to have the favorable position here. Of course, 9 able to step up and get that bounty in. And this will mean that, yeah, BZM's going to have to take the walk back to base there, not being able to claim his own bounty. So, yeah, 9 with some really good sort of oppression there, keeping BZM away from being able to pick up those runes.
I mean, you do have the Bane Nightmare and the Shadow Demon in prison to protect from the Orchid. Oh, there's the ult being down.
Yeah, and here we have him on the hunt, trying to find Skeeter and take him down whilst the Reincarnation's on cooldown. Jumping with the Dissimulate, the burst, it's there. And TPs are coming in. OG's going to try and do something about this push from Tundra. They've got their eyes on 33, and they should have him here. They'll try and hide around the trees. Nice vacuum onto the 3 of them. But there's no stopping Yuragi closing in and picking up the kill for himself.
Brave, but stupid.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky on Darkseer with that Vanguard, but, you know, not that tanky.
Fada's sticking around. I get it. He wanted to finish off this tower. I mean, he's on his own. I think this is almost certainly going to cost him his life here. The 3 of OG more than happily able to sweep back over, finish off Fada, and if they want to, they'll be able to deny that tower as well.
Yeah, he's stoked.
Oh, no, sorry, still a sword short. Okay.
Yeah,
and not quite that, but he went for the treads
If
first.
he didn't get the treads, he would have Battle Fury right now. But he wanted to play the lane against Darkseer.
Yeah. BZM pretty relentless here with the search. But he won't quite find him. Snaking able to sneak past the whole squad. Maybe pick up a courier on the way around as well. Yuragi's not happy about that. Trying to get some revenge there for a Mars courier. But he's jumped into a bit of a trap. They have got protection here with the disruption coming out. As soon as the disruption comes to an end, though, there'll be a further silence. The illusion beating down upon him as well. It's enough. They bring down the 2 of them. Tiger and Yuragi taken out. As the rest of OG, they've got to back off. Up to the tier 2s. Amar's going for a TP out. They got anything to stop it? They don't. Amar able to make it away.
Yeah, they got it. I mean, I feel like OG's just got to do something. Like,
I mean, they're going to be forced to here. Tundra starting off the action as they drop the coil down on Amisha. Quick kill on the Bane. The 2 cores of OG, BZM and Amar trying to run. 33 will drop the wall down. So if they've got anything else to close the gap onto Amar, they're diving in under the tier 2 tower. The damage, it's done. Amar to fall. Tundra, they surround BZM. Starts the pullback of the vacuum, it's there. 3 more kills for Tundra.
They don't mean, it's not carries. There's usually some supports thrown in there that make it a little bit easier. Yeah, okay. OG now making a counterplay.
Let's see what they can do. They've lost Misha. They get the arena down. Spear combos well onto the Razor. They will be able to burst through Fada. They brought down the support. Let's see if they can get some cores off the back of this as well. Dream cores down onto the 2 of them. OG still being held underneath their tier 2 tower. See the jump forward. A buyback has come in from Misha Skeeter. He's in with the stun. He's ready to take down the Bane. A second death for Bane this team fight. Round 2 for Skeeter as he's ready to come out of the Reincarnation. Aegis still on 9, of course, so he's happy to play aggressive. OG, they're kind of just having to hide underneath that tower.
So the status resistance is nice for that.
Oh, see Yuragi top.
And the raw HP, like he can survive the Wraith King stun.
Oh, isn't it that they found him still though?
But not the Orchid, apparently. There's where the Manta would have come in handy. One or the other is not that important in this game. It's just kind of almost like an arbitrary decision from him.
Oh, the tip's starting to come out from Fada. He's feeling pretty good about the game. I mean, understandably so. 23 minutes in, Tundra very much having the lead. They're going to have the coil drop down onto BZM. 9. He's going to have to follow up, dissimulate over to the side. He'll get away. See a bit of a dive in for Tiger, though. They're up onto the high ground. BZM trying to hold them off. Tiger, is he going to tick out? He is. They get the kill. Tiger not able to live. Making sure they're constantly surrounding Yuragi whilst he farms. Tundra ready to show in the mid. See if they can make any sort of jump. They're going to drop the wall, start things off onto Yuragi. The punch back as well. Yuragi just gets destroyed. Not even a chance there for OG to react and bail him out of that one. As Yuragi goes down, Misha as well. BZM having to jump back to base. And he'll make it away with that second step. But we're seeing at this stage of the game, despite having the top net worth, Yuragi just gets destroyed immediately by the jump of Tundra. This anti-mage doesn't stand a chance.
And I think a lot of it is based on 33 because in the European region, like he is a big trendsetter when it comes to the offlane and these weird builds, like him and Zai.
See them start action off onto Skeeter. He's got Reincarnation. He'll be back for a second round. We'll see if Tundra's able to pull a fight together. against OG around this tier 2 tower. The grip comes out. Back him onto the 3. The arena's there. They have completely locked down Skeeter, so they'll take him out. They should be able to find 33 here as well. They do. OG, they'll get a solid fight under their wings here for the first time.
He's, you know, they're trying to advance on the map, and it's costing them.
Another quick catch here, OG. I catch.
Just focus Yuragi and you probably win the game. But if they waste their abilities and don't focus him, they can lose.
Here we go. Spear in onto 9. The grip comes out as well. They're locking down this poke, but he's able to break out in time. They jumped in the back lines, got the silence off onto Misha, so the grip came to an end. He's able to jump free. Able to take out a second. We see Yuragi trying to fight with his BKB, but the physical hits of Skeeter, they still hurt very much so. So Yuragi's having to run. They know exactly where he is. If they've got anything to catch him post-blink, the wall's been dropped down. The silence follow-up's there as well. They take him out after his BKB comes to an end.
I've seen this more and more these days, where a Darkseer blinks in, he normal punches, he walls. All of a sudden, he has a stronger version of the enemy carry fighting for him, and it just solos the enemy carry.
They've got eyes on Yuragi. They're in. The silence, followed by the coil and the stun. Yuragi, he goes down. I mean, it's a bit of a greedy blink there, right? Farming that camp. He knows that they're sort of around the area, jumps into his jungle to keep hitting the creeps. Tundra, you know, they chase him immediately. They've got so much gap close with the heroes they have, the blink daggers they've got. And Yuragi, he's out of the game for a full minute. No buyback on him. Tundra, of course, still with an Aegis. This could be a big time for Tundra to push high ground. They get the jump. Wall out, BKB's there from Amar. Turns with the arena, tries with the spear, with the BKB for 33, and Fada there already out. So there's going to be no lockdown offer by Amar. Amar has to TP back to base. Misha's going to get chased down by Fada. As Tundra, they're pushing OG back to the base. They're up onto the high ground. They'll start looking towards this tier 3 and barracks. 9, he's still jumping around the backlines, playing with the supports. Skeeter's in with the Ray Fire Blast out onto Tiger. Tiger's out of the game. Misha will buy back. Tiger has his available. But as I say, Yuragi's still gone for 30. There's no carry for this defense.
Keep pushing, though.
I think they're still going to feel pretty strong. I mean, they're 23k ahead right now. They know how big they are as a unit.
They do have a lot of unspent gold, though, so I don't...
Oh, 9, he's in. Straight away takes out Misha with the help of Skeeter. Misha, of course, out of the game for good. 70 seconds down. Yuragi's been leased. He'll stand his ground against Skeeter. Chasing him down. Skeeter able to live a little longer here on this first life with the arm and the life steal. They brought him down once on the reincarnation. BZM has had to jump in for this Tiger, bailing him out momentarily with the disruption. Dissimulate out, BZM will be fine. Jumps straight over towards 9, grabs him with the remnant, brings down the puck. Fada with the BKB, chasing down Yuragi. The blinks back up as Yuragi's back to the fountain. That's another life for Skeeter taken away. Blink in time, dodging the God's Rebuke from Amar. They'll turn their attention towards Fada instead. The arena from Amar also able to catch out Snaking. Fada's proven to be a bit of a difficulty to take down. In fact, Tiger might die in his efforts. He does. Fada just turns back around, brings down Tiger. He should finally have his life come to an end here. Slowly but surely, Amar does eventually get him with the spear. 33 even thinking about poking back in on this great vacuum back into the wall. Amar, he's going to die to this. 33 just gets back in, gets the kill, and he gets out.
Ton of net worth that they just hadn't spent. They have a refresher orb on Fada now. So they have items now with that gold lead. It's not just nothing.
33. He's going to be able to find Misha. That's the Bane gone. Tundra, they're going to chase for more. Coil from 9. It's going to grab onto Yuragi. Yuragi, is he going to be able to live through this? The wall's down. He puts the BKB for the door. Oh, he doesn't even get the chance to blink out. The physical damage there from Skeeter and the Illusion just tearing him apart. Yuragi's out. He has got a buyback. I mean, Tundra, they'll be happy if he buys back because they're enjoying killing them off one by one. Fada's going to step up with the BKB. Time lapse from Snaking. Gets Fada back on a full HP. As Fada's fine. Yuragi's buyback, of course, coming out. But it's just the 3 of OG here. They can't do anything to push Tundra off the mid lane as Tundra take a second set of racks. They're up to the top lane. That's 9. He's ready to play around with them. They get the first silence in onto BZM. And the silence immediately comes down from the Yules. A defensive nightmare comes into play, but he cannot get out in time. Fiend's Grip holds back 33, but Yuragi just can't wall silence. The control is too much. As GG is called, Tundra, they win this game 1 in, you know, this sort of textbook Tundra style. And I guess this time, doesn't feel the need to get the Vanguard first, or will we still see that?
Yeah,
actually, no, he looks like he builds them up simultaneously, right? Because he's got the Sage's Mask, and now he's queuing up the Ring of Health.
Maybe,
so a bit of both.
Maybe a Hood. Maybe a Hood will come first, but it is possible that he thinks that, like... Oh, snaking. Oh, dodges the Sunstrike. He's dead anyway. Maybe the idea behind the Vanguard into Orchid, if he does go for Vanguard instead of a Hood, I think it's a better Hood game this game.
How you react to Tundra coming at you. You know, how much you trying to force it as OG early on.
I think everything's about Roshan. You want to secure the towers around Roche. You want to, you know, smoke to the Roche area. It's like legit just about finding that opportunity to take Roche. And then once you have Roche, you go for a tier 2. And then with the tier 2, you take a map advantage and you farm more. And
going for the bots next. It's going to be a solid opening timing for his first 2 items, BZM.
Yeah, he's really big. He has good setups for the Sunstrike this game too. 9 is TPing in, but I don't know if you can kill an Ench.
He's not got enough damage on his own for either of these heroes, so he's going to have to head back. Tiger, of course, playing around the center. Actually having 9 dropping the coil. See what he can do there. Over towards the mid, Snaking's been found as Misha and BZM run him down, and indeed back down bottom.
Uragi's
9 ends up going down. Yeah, Uragi turns up. That was a coil put to waste.
They do go for a smoke on Tundra. They are looking for either BZM or Uragi. But the Forge Spirits, like, this is good scouting.
See that? They have caught BZM, though, with a hook shot. Wall drop down as well as that Orchid. It's going to be able to buff up that extra bit of damage, even if needed, and it wasn't. They just had the damage straight up during the silence.
If he forces himself out of coil into static link, I don't think he dies to anything else. Like,
I think it's hard to kill.
If you break both the link and the coil, like, how do you kill?
You see Uragi jump in for the kill. Try and poke back with the wall. I mean, it really does feel it. It's at this point where, I mean, how on earth do they get the damage done to this Huskar? How do you kill Uragi at this stage of the game? 18 minutes in, BKB Armlet Sanj. This is the point that you play for. You know, this is why you pick this hero.
You let them have Roche. You try to get the next Aegis.
Oh, they've found Skeeter in the trees. It'll go straight for the BKB TP out, not wanting to mess around. Over in the river. They've got the grip on Uragi, so they do manage to take out the Aegis. I mean, if they just lose Fada here, I mean, with the way that things have been going so far this game, I think they'll happily throw away a support life there to take the Aegis out of the hands of Uragi.
Trains are kind of on a track, so it'd be pretty easy to dodge. You just move. But yeah, it's they avoided disaster by taking that Aegis.
Oh, Amar. He's caught the 2 of them straight into the trees. He knows they're hiding there, and that arena will set up for both kills. Easy catch there for Amar. Proving to be quite the nuisance right now. I mean, yeah, Uragi very close to having his Ags. Bottom lane. So if they've got the follow-up, they do. The spear's in. They lock down 9, kill him off. Another move here made by OG, and Tundra still looking for that recovery plan.
This is a tough kill, man. This is a tough kill.
I'll put the BKB. And he'll turn. The link is there, though. With the BKB for Skeeter, he'll try and stay on target, but he's been slowed down by the Demonic Purge and Misha. So Uragi's able to step away. 9 has been able to box over to the range creep, though. They're bringing Uragi very, very low. Armlet Toggle to try and stay alive, but the Dream Core Snap causes the death of him. As he will go down, Misha looks for the TP out off the back of the Invis and will escape. But those are the 2 big kills that Tundra could hope for there. They get BZM and they get Uragi.
And then all of a sudden you have these supports that are not close enough to save. They run towards the creep wave, and like they created the opportunity for themselves to get those kills. The opportunity wasn't really there in the first place. They were just kind of fishing, and then it was presented to them by how things turned out.
Snaking. He's got, oh, the 3-man cogs into the 3-man vacuum down to the low ground. The BKB's come out from OG, but already they're in with the link building up on Uragi. Uragi just getting permanently locked down. Fada, who's able to reach him with the Fiend Script. Wasn't enough to kill him, though. Uragi does finally die. I mean, a whole duration of that fight there where he was locked down. 33 will jump back in with a normal punch onto BZM. A fair bit of damage was built up. They still bring down the Razor, but it's 3 dead on OG. They're having to run as Tundra. They'll look to chase down the rest of them. Amar turns with the God's Rebuke, but the silence is out. 4 dead on OG. Nightmare set up from Fada. As Tundra, they're going to see if they can get the cleanup. Of course, Tiger, a little tankier. The vacuum into the very slow punch from 33, but it does still come out. Tundra, they team wipe OG there. Oh, Tiger. Looks like he might tank this, unless he can buy time for OG to come over if OG want to take the fight, but 33's going to get the jump on them first, straight up with the vacuum. vacuum. They're on top of in the grip. The link,
Wow.
they completely shut down Yuragi. As OG, they'll lose 4. Another fantastic jump there from Tundra, and 33 in particular. Into the trees, just that little bit of setup, the punch into the vacuum, buying time for them to chain lock down Yuragi. And they're just destroying the Huskar completely. Yuragi can't get jumped like that because evidently if he does, the fight's just over. He will die at the start.
Snaking always makes Clockwork look like this. I always feel like it's this slightly underwhelming hero, especially from the 4 position, but he just shows there's so much you can do with it. And now he feeds after I praise him. I see.
Yeah, well done, casters. The old caster curse.
It happens. It happens. He's a Clockwork. He doesn't really care. You know, effectively a 5 position. He has just about as much net worth as his 5. That's how she goes.
33. He's going to be fine. Violet, on the other hand, not so much.
Tundra sweeping across.
Yuragi, he's going to get set up again straight away. They're in with the chain stun. Yuragi, he's going to go down. Again, Tundra starting the fight off with the jump on Yuragi. And OG's carry just gets completely obliterated out of the fight. And Ma also taken out underneath the tower. I mean, it just seems that back-to-back, Tundra just catching the Huskar every single time. Top lane, Nice on the hunt. He's been able to shut down BZM's escape. BZM will pop the BKB, try and stand his ground. He has to run though with the TP already used. He's out with the blink. He is pretty speedy. C9 try and continue to chase this. Running him down. They've got great gap close. The yours is there. They're in with the hookshot back available. They'll kill BZM off as well. I mean, the whole sort of opening of this game 15 minutes ago, it's just a complete distant memory now. As Tundra, they are just destroying OG on all accounts. As OG, they just weren't able to really pull anything together after that start they had where BZM and Yuragi got incredibly farmed. I mean, this Huskar is getting completely handled by Tundra.
Yeah, it kind of started with that play by the Roche Pit where they're able to take his Aegis, and then in every fight after that, Tundra has just been executing flawlessly. Some of the fights have been easier than others, like that one in the mid lane where Snaking does the beautiful, like, not using hookshot and only going in the backliner play. Like, that is much harder than what we just saw, which is 33, he orchided SD there while they focus Yuragi. I mean, it's still something that's more than just, hey, we need to focus this one guy in team fights, because the fights are not that simple in this game. Like, there's multiple heroes that you have to go on. There's multiple layers to it, which is always so impressive to watch teams figure out how to come back by what are these layers, who do we need to focus, who uses what spell on who. But every fight, Tundra's just doing that.
I mean, seeing sort of OG just losing control of this game from the early stage, I mean, how on earth do they regain any sort of control? They're now down 12k.
It's the same thing. It's like the flip side of that, where now OG is in this position where they have these like multi-layered, complicated team fights that they need to orchestrate, where it's split in some way. Amar spears like 2 heroes at the same time. Huskar gets to solo a hero before the BKB comes out. Like, some scenario like that has to happen in order for OG to win the fight. And it's usually really hard to do, even at a high level, especially because you're playing against players who know these things as well, right? But and yet, Tundra is just, in this game, playing so well.
Oh, top lane 33 is on the hunt. They've got their second hook shot, and they make very easy work of BZM there. And mid lane, 9, he's going to start things off onto Yuragi. The Link's, I mean, Yuragi, is he just dead? I mean, Misha's going to try and protect him with a disruption, but the Link's building up. The BKB will come out from Yuragi, but Fada's got the grip ready. Locks him down. 33 is skidded. They've got the damage. Yuragi's out of the game for 80 seconds. Tundra chasing OG up to the high ground. No Huskar to play with here, as Yuragi was just unable this game to really ever have an impact from the mid-game onwards. The carry Huskar not working out at all for OG this time round. GG is called as Tundra, they'll take game 2 this series, all theirs.